What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the final episode of The Day I Became a God. This one's titled The Day You Choose. Choose what? I wonder. Alright, I get the feeling that this is going to be a controversial reaction, probably. Like, with my final feelings of the show coming out here, because I really don't think this show is that good. Like, after past couple of episodes and the direction it's been going, I struggle to see how in one episode we're going to wrap this up in a way that's satisfying. Like, not even as in, like, get a good end. Like, I'd rather this show did not have a good end, technically. Like, so far, I don't know what this show is. The first half and a bit of the show was so light-hearted comedy stuff, and it's like, okay, you want to endear the characters and get to like the characters so you care for them further on. Makes sense. But then the after bits, like, if we're meant to be going for, like, emotional gut punches and stuff, and having, like, actual emotional scenes, it's never clicked. Like, not once has any of these emotional bits really clicked. And half of that stems from the fact that I'm just too busy shouting at Yota for being a dumbass, but, you know. The first time he freaks out and scares her, it makes sense. Like, he's young, he doesn't know what he's doing. It makes sense that he jump on emotion and impulse rather than actually logically thinking things through. But the second time, it's like, okay. And then the third time, it's like, oh, okay, here we go. So, it's just not quite clicking. And I don't know what ending they want to go for. Do we want a light-hearted, happy ending? Because if so, where's the emotion? If it's all just going to turn out okay in the end anyway, where was all the emotion of it? Like, the emotion of her being in this really fragile state that has very little recollection of her previous, well, month of life, essentially. Like, there is true emotion to be captured in that, but I just don't feel like it's there at all. And I don't know, like, what is emotional here? Like, even in her, like, bad state right now, it doesn't come across that poor. Like, it just doesn't, and I don't know why. It's hard to explain, but yeah, last time we've got the idea to regain her trust and do this, and it's like, okay, it makes sense. He's trying, but he's incompetent at it. As expected, he's young. Doesn't quite know what he's doing. The other girl that's there, what was her name? Sheba, I think. Yeah, Sheba. Yeah, her backstory and the reason why she's taking care of kids like this and her experience with it, why she's the way she is, great. Love it. It makes perfect sense for her character. And the way she interacts with Yota, yes, absolutely. Yes, she comes across as quite blunt and irritated with him, but you would be if you spend most of your life caring for these types of people, these types of kids that are going through this rough, and then some guy just waltzes in here and does, like, so many things that go against anything you could possibly hope for that would help these kids, you would be angry as well. Like, her character makes perfect sense in all this, and once again, I think it just proves how the adult characters in this show, going back to the father as well, Hina's father, they're created and written so much better than Yota. So much better. And Yota is meant to be a dumb teen. He's meant to be, because this is such a weird and unlikely situation to be thrust upon you that even adults wouldn't really comprehend it outright. But even still, Yota is a level beyond annoying, even on that. Like, even though it makes sense for him to be annoying in this context, he's still a step beyond that, if you know what I mean. It's hard to describe, and I'll go a bit more in depth on my end of season review, because it might change. My thoughts might change on this final episode, and I hope they do, but something tells me they're not going to. And also, Yota, his time here might be coming to a brief end, because security is now onto him that he's not actually a real researcher, because he's submitting reports that have nothing to do with what he's doing, and etc. Would it really hurt for him to have actually made reports in all of that? Like, I don't know. I feel like that was a missed trick, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to shut up and just actually watch the final episode and then let my thoughts go from there and see if it changes. Because right now, I feel I'm being a bit overly negative on the show now. So, we'll see. But as always, these are time-based format reactions here on YouTube. Timer is going to be in the bottom left of the screen. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1, play. Then on play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we will be in sync. We'll watch this one on Funimation as per usual. Snatsu's licensed it this season. Aniplex logo to start, then the Funimation logo, so about 12 seconds of logos. I'll call them out as they go past, and you also use screen flash on my face or the mic to tell when the scene's transitioning. So, with all that said, and my lengthy rant over about this show, let's get into the finale, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Aniplex and Funimation. Cheers to that. Alright. Hello, Hina. Okay, we're having the confrontation. Makes sense. Very much so. And they're moving overseas, of course. Okay. Now there's an extra drama and time limits. She folded way quicker than I expected. Does she care? Possibly. Episode 12. No EP, I guess. Oh yeah, he still has the flashcards and stuff. I mean, she reacts a lot more to him. Straight up asking. Are they going to bring the film in? I mean, you wouldn't have access to the film on such short notice. Keep it together, man. Okay. Lower your voice a little bit. Cut. 4 times. Jesus Christ. Get him out of the premises, please. Don't you dare. Yep. Thank you. No. Get out, please. I know they used that 4 damn times. It's like, god damn it. Thank you. I mean, a bit heavy-handed, but thank you. Okay, that way more forceful than I expected. Like, Jesus Christ. And I know we're meant to sympathize with Yuta here and want him. It's so weird. I'm meant to be supporting this character, but I just don't. Why did we take her out to see him off? Why did we do that? I'm surprised she did that. Anyway. No, it isn't. We're 5 minutes into an episode. Also, why is she carrying the I feel like a lot of leaps of logic have happened to allow her to be here with those cards, watching him leave. Just saying. She's gonna say his name. She's gonna remember something here. There we go. Oof. Does she have the strength for this? Holy shit, she can actually stand? It's actually kind of impressive. Sure. Well, and he grabs her, of course. It's a good slider. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's that simple, but sure. It is that simple. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know how much. He did everything possible not to happen, so I don't know about that. Hmm. Sure. Were you just gonna put? We're just gonna put her to the filming immediately? Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, return to normal. I'm sure. Mm-hmm. The basketball. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, she knew. Yeah. You are. She'll make it eventually. I bet. I don't know if she has the actual strength to make it though. She's getting way closer, and she made it. Of course. Oh, got the outfit. Hmm. She'd be able to do voice lines though that well. Just saying. I thought you would have explained this before you started filming, but whatever. This must be really tiring for her at this point. I sure. Sure. Okay. Hmm. Does she still? Well, obviously no one. Okay. So are we saying she still has the syndrome? Is that what we're saying? Now you have a go. Goldfish, of course. Obviously. Alright, so we are going to see the film. She's going to see herself when she was actually lively. Wonder how that's going to change, affect her. Not change her, obviously. So let me guess, the film mimics basically what happened to them in the real life. Like, that's the point, right? Yes, we're doing both. the world's ending, you're not safe. Just saying, but whatever. Okay. What's happening with he now? What's up with Hina? Hmm. And asleep, obviously. Oh. She knew. Well, I don't know how long that's necessarily gonna last. Special ED song. Okay. Likely to be the entire thing. It might be a little bit after, but don't know. Music's been on point this entire show, so is the art, but that's it. Okay, so yeah. My thoughts at the beginning, unchanged, I think. Yeah, overall, uh, I wish this was better. I really do. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be in the minority on this one, but I really don't think this was that good. It was. Mm, mm, I don't know. I just don't see what really makes this stand out or special in any way. I really don't. And it seems kind of ambiguous as to what's going on. Like, he seems to be researching into what her condition is and all this, and like, sure. So, are we saying that she does still have Lola syndrome? If that's the case, surely she would be deteriorating a bit more rapidly than that. I'd have thought, but who knows? Or are we saying that the chip did have a lasting effect on her to prevent it, that it's no longer accelerating at the same rate? Like, it's kind of ambiguous in that sense. And overall, it's just... Especially the last few episodes, when they made the twist into going for the dramatic, non-slice-of-life stuff. Like, the slice-of-life stuff was happy and fun, it was like, okay, they're going to pull a gut punch eventually. But it never really came, because... I didn't care for Yota at all. Like, nothing really made me like him or care for him, and his actions, especially in the latter half, just were... I grew to despise him more than anything. I was like, yes, get him out of there. Please, security, take him away. It's like, I'm meant to feel sorry for him and want him to get to Hina, but it just never happened. And I guess their romance is an actual romance, not like a family-type romance. And, like, not family love, but more like actual relationship, romance, lovers love? Like, are we applying that? Because, like... If so, that's really forced. Like, I can understand it, but at the same time, I feel like it's not developed anywhere near enough to really feel compelling. Like, the average romance anime has, like, 5 times as many building blocks to a romance, and even then it doesn't even want to make it a romance. Like, and then this one's just like, oh yeah, we'll make it a romance. I don't know, I feel like I might be in the minority. But yeah, it all stems from... I think emotionally it would have more impact if Yota was just a better character, full stop. Like, if he was actually a character I genuinely wanted to feel for and wanted to be happy, then that would have helped a lot. Hina's situation at the end also would have meant more if it actually felt like it was ever, like, terrible. Like, obviously, it's a terrible situation what Hina is left to, but it's very mild. Like, considering what she's just gone through, very, very mild interpretation of it, and considering how scarring that situation was, and how scarring it all was, to have Yota make that same mistake 4 damn times, and for her to just switch on it immediately, it just did not flow well. It really didn't. He just kept making the same mistakes over and over and over, and not really learning from it, but all of a sudden it's fine because all of a sudden Hina's actually okay with it. It's like, in the space of like an hour, if that, she goes from having her 4th terrible experience with this guy to then being like, oh no, it's all good. And for her to be with the cards, taken out to see him off, it's like, why would what's her face? What was her name? Sheba, right? Yeah. Why would Sheba do that? It just felt kind of forced. Maybe she was, like, sympathetic of his situation a little bit. Maybe that's why, but a lot of this felt so forced. And like I said, Yota as a character was just not endearing at all. And then the side characters became irrelevant after a while, but that's fine, the side characters, I don't care too much about that. Just... Also, Hacker Boy kind of got done dirty a little bit. Like, I thought he'd have a bit more importance overall, but he kind of didn't. He didn't even have no mention of him in the finale at all. It's kind of a bit iffy. I would like to have known what happened to him, like, afterwards. This felt kind of messy, honestly. I think that's the best way I can describe it. It just felt messy, is the best way I can describe this show. But yeah, if this was... Like, I've seen a lot of people throw around the quote from Jemai saying this is meant to be his saddest work ever. Or, like, his most emotional work, or something along those lines, right? Like, there are different interpretations of sad. Sad in how disappointing it was. Maybe he did achieve that, but if he genuinely wanted this to be his most emotional anime ever, he's way off the mark. Like, way off the mark, I think. especially compared to his previous ones. I don't know. It's just, I don't know if I'm in the minority on this or not, but it was just never. It was never emotionally charged enough to the point where I wanted them. Like, I wanted. This is how bad it was. I wanted Hina to die. I wanted her to die. I think her dying and him having to deal with that grief and knowing that memories will stick forever, but even if the people do not, I feel like that would have way more emotional impact. Like, way more emotional impact. But it is what it is, I suppose. I may be overly harsh on this show. And it's not because I had high expectations of Jun Maeda. Like, I just expected there to be an emotionalness to it, and then it just never delivered. Like, I don't think that's having high expectations. I was expecting any emotion. Like, any. And that's not a hard bar to hit. So many shows can hit that. This really did not. And like I said, it's stemming from the issues of the pacing and Yota being just a terrible main character, in my opinion. Whatever. I've said my piece. I'll go in a bit more detail in my end of season review. I'm aware that I'm probably going to be in a minority with my thoughts on this show, but I don't care. I want to be honest with my opinions on shows, and I think that's more important than just appeasing those who want this to be good, because I want this to be good. I don't want anime to be bad. I want to have so many good anime that I can talk about and be like, yes, I highly recommend this show. I want people to watch this and share and talk about it, but this never hit that. Voice is going already. It just never hit that, and for that I'm sad, because I wanted this to be the first anime that really hit me in the gut this year, and on this channel, because so far we haven't had many shows that really go the emotional route. So I was really waiting for one to just come along and just floor me with it, but it just never did. So I'm going to be looking ahead to other seasons, and hopefully something can break my cold stone heart, I guess. But it's not the case that I can feel no emotion. I will admit I am probably less emotional than other people. I'm probably on the lower end, but anime will get me. I mean, that's the point of the posters behind me. Like, you can hardly see it, but yeah, Violet, Silent Voice, and Clannad. Those are the three main shows that truly got me, and like made me feel something that I just don't normally feel in most other mediums, especially like films and such, and like Western media. It's like, I've never really cried to a TV or movie in Western media, but anime, those three have managed it, and I was looking forward to adding this to the list, but just didn't happen. So that's going to do it for you guys. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the series nonetheless. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments, what you thought overall. If you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, if you think I'm talking out my ass, please let me know. I want to be honest, so you guys can be honest as well, what you think of my thoughts as well. Just knowing that we all have our own opinions. What one person loves, another person will hate. It's just the natural order of things. But as long as we can be honest with each other, that's all that matters. But yeah, I look forward to upcoming, hopefully tomorrow, my Winter 2021 preview of upcoming shows. You can also find the rest of the full 2020 lineup that is now wrapping up on the channel. There's only, well, after this one, I'm going to do Talentless Nana finale, and that will be that show over. And then it's just Noblesse, and then that will be the entire season complete. So stay tuned for that one as well. So thank you for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.